Hello everyone, my name is Kevin Saint and I am a aspiring mathematician from around Florence, Alabama, North Alabama, and I have had a complete life-changing ordeal because of Jordan Peterson, discovering Jordan Peterson. To share a couple of things. You'll have to forgive the walls back here and stuff. We're currently remodeling our house, but I would just kind of like to give a bit of an overview on my situation and my story, and I'll be releasing more videos later on, kind of going into more detail about these types of things. I'm currently 22 years old, and I started out in college as a computer engineer, and I decided against becoming a computer engineer due to things that they endure. Not that they're extremely horrible or anything daunting in general about them to a general person, but in terms of my personality and what I am fit for, computer engineering was it. So I changed to mathematics, secondary education mathematics, to be a teacher. Then I ended up moving up at Walmart fairly quickly. Within 8 months, I was supervising half of the store. Then I quickly decided that the same conditions and level of stress were more prevalent in that career than there would have been in computer engineering. So I sidestepped out of that and then went into mathematics again, education, and then I've recently switched to just pure mathematics, of which I will graduate with that degree in this December. My entire life I've known my father in particular to be in a very particular or a unique situation in terms of his abilities and lack thereof. He was always an extremely intelligent person. I knew that from the beginning. However, due to circumstances out of his control, he had a lot of issues, mental health issues, that drove him into a particularly saddening situation. It's particularly sad to look at, being a close family member, being his son. But I certainly wouldn't be in the position that I am now without his guidance. So about a year and a half or so ago, he discovered Jordan Peterson and advised me, or was strongly encouraging me to watch some of his videos, and said that he was articulating things in a very real way and a relieving way in terms of his pursuit and compelledness to speak truth, and all these different things this truth that he was speaking, and that we all really knew, we just didn't know that we knew them, as Dr. Peterson would say. And so Dr. Peterson put up these videos about what hell on earth. It was like a 30-minute video that my dad was moved by, and long story short, I watched a couple of his videos and took a little bit, but after watching a couple of videos, I was hooked, and me and him both became obsessed with him, and my father ended up getting completely cured of his crippling mental illnesses and stuff that he was dealing with. I'll go into more detail later on about those as well, and you can get more of an idea of what was going on. But here recently, the main reason I'm making this video and the reason I'm kind of blowing through things quickly, I just feel like I needed to put this out there and let this be heard. I'm not going to say how I ended up in this position, but I'm just going to skip forward. I found myself communicating with someone that is close to Jordan Peterson, and I was able to share my father's story with them. They felt that it was compelling enough to tell Dr. Peterson about, and I actually got an email from Dr. Peterson himself He said, "Please give your father my best wishes and tell him I am so pleased with his recovery, Dr. J.B. Peterson." To which I replied a bunch of gratitude, essentially. And he even replied back to that and said, "My pleasure. I hope he manages great things," is what he said. But just how incredible that is for somebody like Jordan Peterson to communicate with somebody after hearing their story like that, particularly because he's now having some personal issues with his wife. I understand that has some medical issues that seem to be rather severe, and to be going through a time like that, and to be as busy as he is, he's still completely just going in terms of his schedule and talks and things of that nature. But to take the time out of his day to email some random kid from North Alabama who shared a tiny, like 1/100th of his father's story, and to reply, or to email and then to reply after, is just amazing. Of course, I didn't email back after the last email he sent me because I did not want to bother him at all. But I will release videos kind of outlining mine and my father's path. My father's path is a bit more compelling in the near future, and then I'll also be doing analysis of Jordan Peterson's book 12 Rules for Life in the upcoming future. If you like these videos or have any questions or comments, concerns, ideas, please put them in the comments below. Until next time, Kevin Saint.